The human exploration fleet glided quietly through deep space. Small ships, sleek but sturdy, drifted between distant stars. Earth had sent them to chart unknown sectors far beyond familiar colonies. The crew worked calmly, logging star systems and asteroid belts. Everything seemed normal until the sensors began to beep. A strange energy signature appeared ahead. It was unlike anything humans had recorded before. Ships moved closer, curious but cautious. Suddenly, alien warships appeared on every sensor. Massive, black, and bristling with weapons, they surrounded the humans from all sides. The human crew froze for a brief moment, but not in fear. They observed the alien fleet calmly, as if expecting this. Inside the lead alien ship, officers shouted orders. "Identify the intruders," one hissed. "They must be punished for trespassing." Another growled. Scanners revealed small, lightly armed human ships. The aliens laughed. "They are no threat," the commander said. "They are explorers. They will panic. They will beg for mercy." But the humans did not. Captain Harris of the Earth Fleet adjusted her console. She spoke into the alien frequency politely. "This is Earth's scientific fleet. We have entered your space by mistake. We request safe passage." The aliens paused. They expected panic, not calm words. The calm, polite tone unsettled them. Number. Trembling, no fear, no surrender. A reptilian officer leaned forward, confused. "They do not act afraid." He hissed. "Why are they so confident?" The humans responded to minor scans and warnings with precise maneuvers. No mistakes, no reckless moves. Only careful, smooth navigation through the threatening fleet. Sensors picked up minor collisions with energy fields, but humans avoided serious damage. The aliens tried to intimidate, moving closer with weapons charged, missiles launched, lasers fired. Humans reacted with subtle evasive moves and small defensive countermeasures. Not aggressive, not reckless, just enough to show they were capable. The aliens were stunned. Why do they act like they have survived far worse? One officer whispered. "They are not like any species we know," another said. On Earth's bridge, Captain Harris stayed calm. "We have entered unknown space," she told her crew quietly. "But they are still manageable. Remain calm. Observe. Respond only when necessary." The alien flagship approached, scanning and preparing to fire full weapons. The humans did not retreat. They did not panic. They acted as if the warships around them were a minor inconvenience. The Empire fleet's sensors detected no hidden human power, yet the humans' calm, precise movements unnerved every officer. "They are fearless," one whispered. "They do not behave like explorers. They act like they have seen the horrors of war and survived them all." Tension hung in space like a storm. The alien fleet debated whether to attack or withdraw. Reports were sent back to the Council. "These humans? They are not afraid of death. They are calm. They are skilled. We do not understand them." Captain Harris continued to navigate steadily. Every decision was deliberate, every action measured. The humans had not intended to enter the Empire. It was an accident. But even accidents could be dangerous when humans were involved, and as the alien fleet hesitated, confused and cautious, one truth became clear. The humans were not ordinary. They were fearless. They were skilled. And they were far more dangerous than anyone in the galaxy realized that the first encounter had begun, and the Galactic Empire would never forget it. The humans had barely entered the Empire's territory when the first test began. A squadron of alien strike ships moved swiftly toward the Earth fleet. Massive warships bristled with weapons, shields, glowing with lethal energy. The Empire wanted to intimidate these intruders. They expected panic. They expected surrender, but the humans did not panic. Their ships moved calmly, almost lazily, as if they were in familiar space. Captain Harris adjusted her navigation console with steady hands. "We are not here to fight," she told her crew. "But we are not afraid either." The aliens fired. A warning volley. Energy beams cut through space. Missiles streaked toward human ships. The humans dodged effortlessly. They fired minor defensive shots, just enough to guide missiles away from critical systems. No reckless aggression. No panic. Just precision. Inside the flagship of the alien fleet, officers stared at their screens in disbelief. "They are avoiding everything," one hissed. "They could not possibly be this skilled," another shouted. "Why do they act like nothing?" Scares them? The humans did not answer verbally. They did not strike with full weapons. They did not chase the alien fleet. They simply maneuvered with perfect timing, careful calculations, and smooth coordination. A small alien destroyer tried to flank the Earth fleet. It moved aggressively, confident it could trap the humans. The destroyer's crew laughed. "They will panic any second," their captain said. The human stealth drones, hidden until now, silently positioned themselves near the destroyer. Engines failed. Weapons went offline. The destroyer drifted, helpless, while the humans continued calmly on course. The rest of the alien squadron hesitated. No one knew what to do. They had never seen a species react this way. They expected fear, surrender, chaos. Instead, they found calm, patience, and skill. Captain Harris spoke again. "We will continue our route. No harm is intended, but we will not be pushed or trapped." The aliens began to doubt themselves. They reported back to the Empire Council. "These humans are not normal. They do not fear weapons, death, or war. They act like they have survived far worse conflicts. We cannot predict their behavior." The humans reached the far edge of the Empire sector safely. Not a single ship was lost, not a single life endangered. And yet, they had taught the aliens a lesson. Humans could not be intimidated. The Empire had tested the humans and failed. They had expected panic. They had expected surrender. Instead, they found something far more unsettling: a species fearless, calm, and precise. A species that could survive and maneuver even in the face of overwhelming firepower. As the alien fleet withdrew, confused and shaken, one officer whispered in fear, "They are dangerous, far more than we imagined." On Earth, the fleet continued its journey, unaware or pretending to be unaware of the lasting impression they had left. The first test was over. The humans had passed. And the Galactic Empire was beginning. To understand a simple truth, humans were not ordinary. Humans were fearless. Humans were far more dangerous than anyone had ever thought, and this was only the beginning. Days passed. But the Galactic Empire could not stop thinking about the humans. Reports from the first encounter spread through the fleets. Unafraid, calm, precise, officers repeated like a mantra. Every officer wondered, how could a species act so fearless in the face of overwhelming power? Meanwhile, the humans continued their journey. Their small fleet moved steadily through the sector. Sensors picked up nothing unusual. Ships navigated asteroid belts and nebula clouds with perfect timing. Crew members spoke calmly, as if traveling through this dangerous sector was routine, but the Empire had not forgotten them. A massive blockade fleet approached, determined to force the humans into compliance. Massive ships filled the void of space, their engines glowing red, weapons ready to fire. Commanders expected the humans to panic or at least hesitate. The humans did not. Captain Harris adjusted the fleets. "Formation. Steady," she told her crew. "Observe. Respond only when necessary." The alien fleet advanced aggressively. They cut off escape routes. They surrounded the humans. Weapon systems powered up. And still, the humans moved calmly, weaving between massive ships. They dodged every missile, avoided every beam, and maintained perfect formation. It was as if the humans were experienced war veterans, not a small scientific fleet. Inside the Empire flagship, officers grew nervous. Why do they not react like ordinary explorers? A junior officer asked. They are not afraid of death, another replied. They act like they have survived battles far worse than anything we know. The humans' strange courage unsettled the aliens even more. They attempted minor intimidation warning shots, forced maneuvers, and close passes. But the humans responded with calm precision, never reckless, never panicked. The blockade fleet began to hesitate. Captain Harris spoke. Through a public channel, her voice steady. We are not here to fight. We request safe passage. We mean no harm, but we will not be trapped. The aliens were stunned. This polite, calm, fearless behavior contradicted everything they knew about the galaxy. They expected fear, chaos, surrender. Instead, they encountered confidence, precision, and skill far beyond what they could measure. Rumors began to spread through the council. These humans, they do not act like any other species. They are fearless. They are skilled. They are dangerous. The blockade fleet finally backed away. The humans continued their path unharmed. No shots fired. No ships lost. And yet, the lesson was clear. Even the smallest human fleet could withstand the might of a larger Empire force if necessary. Captain Harris allowed herself a small smile. They will think twice before testing humans again, she said quietly. In the Galactic Empire, officers whispered nervously. Have they survived worse than us? Do they hide advanced fleets we cannot see? No one knows, but they are not ordinary. We cannot predict them. The humans had passed the second test, not through aggression, but through calm courage. They had proven one undeniable truth. Humans act like they have seen far more terrible than anything the Empire could throw at them. And the galaxy would remember this encounter for decades. The humans continued onward, calm, confident, and mysterious. The legend of their strange courage had begun. The humans had passed the first tests, yet the Galactic Empire could not stop thinking about them. Back at the council chambers, delegates from dozens of worlds argued loudly. They are not explorers, a reptilian officer said. They are calm, fearless, and far too skilled for a simple fleet. Admirals scrolled through sensor data again and again. Ships dodged missiles with perfect timing. Engines fired precisely to avoid collisions. Minor defensive weapons neutralized attacks without escalating. Every movement had been smooth, calculated, confident. They act like they've seen far worse than anything we can imagine, an officer whispered. No species behaves this way, another said. Are we sure they are alone? Perhaps this is a hidden fleet. The council decided to investigate. Observation fleets were dispatched to follow the humans silently. Spies and drones scanned for hidden bases or advanced technology. Every sensor, every scout, every probe moved carefully through the sector. Meanwhile, the humans continued their journey. They navigated asteroid belts, gas clouds, and gravitational anomalies with ease. They communicated quietly among themselves. No sign of fear, no panic, no reckless moves. The Empire's observation fleet watched from a distance. Every time the humans made a maneuver, the aliens tried to anticipate it. Every time, the humans' movements were calm, precise, and unpredictable. They are not running, an admiral said. They do not panic. They do not surrender. They are unafraid. The council debated what to do next. Should they attempt to capture the humans? Should they strike preemptively? Or should they observe from afar? Every plan failed before it began. Humans remained calm and unassuming, yet every action hinted at skill far beyond what anyone had imagined. The more the aliens studied them, the more uncertain they became on Earth. Captain Harris monitored the Empire's observation fleet. "They are watching us," she said. "But they see only what we allow. We will continue as planned." The humans passed through dangerous regions of space without incident. No traps worked. No ambush succeeded. They avoided every danger with grace and skill. The Empire began to fear the humans. They whispered to each other, "Are they hiding fleets we cannot see? Do they possess technology far beyond us? They are calm in the face of death. They act like they have survived far worse horrors." In the shadows, the humans smiled quietly. They had not needed to attack. They had not revealed true strength. Yet every move had demonstrated skill, patience, and courage. The Council realized a simple truth. Humans were unpredictable. They were calm under pressure. They were skilled in ways the galaxy could not measure. The humans had passed the Council's investigation without firing a single major weapon. The aliens had learned. Even observation could not uncover the full truth of humanity. And the Empire began to understand that one wrong move could awaken powers they could never control. The humans continued their journey silently, confident, and composed. The galaxy was watching, and the galaxy was beginning to fear the legend of humans, the species that acted like they had seen far more terrible than any empire could imagine was spreading. The final test had not yet come. But the Empire now knew one truth clearly. Humans were unlike anything they had ever faced, and they were not to be underestimated. The humans were leaving the Galactic Empire's territory, but their presence lingered like a shadow. Every fleet, every patrol, every council chamber whispered their name. "They are fearless," a reptilian admiral muttered. "They do not panic. They do not surrender. They act like they have survived horrors beyond imagination." Reports from observation fleets confirmed it. Every maneuver, every evasive action, every calm response by the humans had left the Empire confused and fearful. Even without firing major weapons, humans had proven their skill, patience, and courage. Inside the Council, delegates argued. Some wanted to study humans further. Some suggested trying to provoke them to see the truth, but no one dared act boldly. The humans had shown that even small fleets could survive and maneuver flawlessly against overwhelming force. Back on Earth, Captain Harris guided her fleet safely through the last stretch of Empire territory. She spoke quietly to her crew. "We did not intend to enter their space. It was an accident. But they have learned one thing: humans are not ordinary. They will think twice before testing us again." The humans left behind no destruction. Number. Colonies taken. No worlds burned. Yet the memory of their calm courage spread faster than any fleet or weapon could. Across the galaxy, stories grew. "The humans," officers whispered in fear, "they are calm under fire. They are fearless. They have seen far worse than anything we could imagine." The Empire officially marked the region as dangerous and unpredictable. Trade routes avoided it. Fleets steered clear. Even the bravest alien commanders hesitated near human space. Humans returned to quiet exploration. They charted new star systems. They studied unknown worlds. They moved as if nothing had happened. But the galaxy remembered. The lesson was clear. Humans were not ordinary. Humans were not reckless but precise. Humans were not weak, but fearless, patient, and unpredictable. The Black Spear Fleet remained. In hidden sectors, silent and ready. The humans had left no visible mark, but the Empire had learned an unforgettable truth. Never underestimate humans. Legends would grow. Stories of fearless humans who had entered the Empire and acted like they had survived far worse would spread across star systems. Every species would remember humans were not to be challenged lightly, and somewhere in the darkness of space, hidden fleets of humans continued to patrol silently, ready to act if the galaxy ever forgot the lesson. The accidental encounter had become a permanent legacy. The Empire and the universe would never forget the humans, fearless, calm, and unstoppable when necessary. Humanity had left its mark, not with war, not with destruction, but with courage, skill, and an unshakable presence that would be remembered for generations. The galaxy had learned its lesson, and humans had proven, once again, that appearances could be deceiving and that true power often lay beneath calm, quiet confidence.